Maggie, and today I'm playing The Sims 4 Spirit Animal Legacy Challenge. So here we are, starting off with our Sim in her little house, her little Solani house. I had her immediately go and visit her to-be husband, Braylon, I think that's his name. I had him go to visit her, and I intended to have them build a closer bond. And I don't know what that dialogue was, what he said, but it started off bad at first because he was kind of getting mad at us. But then we kept socializing with him, and it began to get better, our relationship. But the first part, though, was hard. As you can see, though, we have some relationship, and he was immediately attracted to us. So it was really easy to get him to be our boyfriend or be on that track. So, yeah. But yeah, here we're just getting to know each other. Eventually, I have them do more romantic interactions, and then I have them woohoo or try for a baby in the waterfall. You'll see later. And I did have him give her give him a romantic gift because I thought that was a really nice thing that would make their relationship go up more. And so we were just doing a lot of this talking and romance and stuff like that. They end up really, really liking each other, so I'm pretty happy about that. And as the episode goes on, you can see here he's very attracted to her. As the episode goes on, they become more and more close, even though they knew each other in the span of a day, and then they're already by the end of the episode, they're already getting engaged and stuff like that. They hardly knew each other. I mean, I guess technically she knew him before when she met him in the last episode, but this is when they start talking for real, then they get into a really good relationship. So there she's just giving him a mermaid kiss. I missed it. I was gonna take a screenshot, but I missed it. But he was very smitten by her. So here finally we have them go woohoo or try for a baby in the waterfall. And I just did a little zoom close up of them here. I just thought it was so cute. But yeah. And then I did intend to have her take a pregnancy test, but that took a couple tries because her energy was really low. But I also technically wanted her energy to be low because I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I mentioned this in the last episode. In the last episode, I mentioned how to complete her aspirations, she needed to doze off on a lounge chair. So here she is dozing off on a lounge chair. And then she goes back inside and just rests for a bit. We just take care of her needs a bit. And this is her pregnancy lifestyle, basically. We aren't paying much attention to the dog, which I feel kind of bad about. But I was doing my best. It was just a lot to focus on. But I'm so glad I completed her aspiration. That was a relief. But yeah, here we're just paying more attention to the dog. We let him go outside, and here we're just gonna do more swimming. And this time we're gonna swim with another mermaid, a fellow mermaid in Solani. And so my random event for this episode, for this part, was to have her befriend a mermaid. I did randomize the random events a couple times of the list of events that there were. I randomized a couple times, and I decided to settle on befriend a mermaid because I thought that was perfect. She's a mermaid. She could befriend a mermaid. It's perfect. And here, as you can see, Braylon is asking her on a date, so that's exciting. And this is basically where they get engaged. They don't really do anything at the lot. I think it's at some lot in Windenburg, I think it is, but they basically don't even really go use the bar or anything. They're just talking the whole time outside, even though it's pouring rain. But yeah. And so here they're just getting to know each other more, getting their relationship and romance up. And this just kind of like taught them talking, but they're getting on pretty well. There were some instances where there were negative interactions. I think that's just because she kept bringing up marriage, which I know kind of weird. And so I think he was like kind of turned off by that. But ultimately, in the end of this date, he proposes to her, which I was super surprised by. So yeah, because he initially didn't really want to talk about marriage. Yeah, here you can find out his traits. He's a child of the islands. You look like you're having a good time, Asia. And like, yeah, and so they're having a good time, both of them. In the end, he says it was a really good date, and I'm glad they both enjoyed their date together. Yeah, here they're just continuing to talk and get to know each other, because obviously they just met each other like just today. Yeah, and then I noticed he gave her like this passionate kiss, and I thought that was so nice. But yeah, and then here they're just kind of going on with the date, and then eventually he asks if she wants to be engaged with him, and so she says of course, because obviously that's my choice and I intended for that. So it didn't really show the like proposing animation, which I was kind of like confused by, but at least it showed that we were engaged. So yeah, here we're just going back to our house to return to the puppy, who we felt like hardly paid any attention to, but I did want her to get a dog initially. But yeah, so we're about to see the other mermaid that we were swimming with earlier in this episode. Not earlier, only like a couple minutes ago. We're about to see the mermaid that we were swimming with, and so here we're just getting to know him, trying to become friends, because as I said before, that was the random event for this episode, was them to try to become friends. And yeah, that was a little bit of a slippery slope, but eventually they did become friends. He literally like stopped working so that they could talk, which I thought was so nice of him. But yeah, here they're just talking and trying to get to know each other more. And eventually they built a sandcastle, but initially they were just having trouble getting to know each other. Like there were some negative interactions. I don't know what it is with her, but for some reason people don't love talking to her. Like people get kind of like annoyed by her or something. Like as you can see, there was just a negative interaction just there. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But she did ultimately ask him to feel a baby, and he seemed to like that. And this is when they decided to build the sandcastle. And I did not know that building a sandcastle could get Sims relationships up so easily. And here is Braylon. He's like, hey, you forgot about me. Like, who's this guy? And so we talk with this mermaid. I think his name's Ukanopa or something like that. We talk with him a little bit more, and then we pay more attention to our fiance. I shouldn't say boyfriend, fiance. And here it finally shows me and Ukanopa are friends. I can't pronounce his name. But yeah, we ended up being friends, so we completed that random event for the episode. Yeah, here she's just going home. She's gonna spend some time at home as the pregnancy progresses, and spend some time with the dog and spend some time with her fiance. He did finally move in at the very end of the episode, which I was super excited about. You'll see later. But yeah, here they're just getting to know each other and just eating, living, seeing what it's like to live with each other. And everything is going pretty smoothly. So, and here I did have her try to go comb the beach for some trash, because we're still working on that Save Sulani thing. That's part of the rules for this generation, which I don't know how to completely save Sulani, but we're progressing with it just slowly, because obviously she's pregnant and everything. But yeah, here we're just paying some attention to the dog, and then we immediately need to take care of our needs, because being pregnant in The Sims is just hard. Their needs go down so fast, and it's just chaotic. But yeah. I believe that her fiance left already, but he did come back a little later. And they did end up skinny dipping together, which I thought was super cute. They were like skinny dipping in their beach, but that's later on in the episode. First of all, we're just taking care of our needs a bit. And I had her shave her legs because I know she's a mermaid, so it doesn't show her legs, but I still thought it was worth shaving her legs because she is, she's always in her bathing suit. So I think it's important for her to shave her legs just so when she's not a mermaid, people can see that she's actually like put together. So yeah. But yeah, here she's just talking more to Okanipo. I think this time she ordered some food from his stall. And they kind of talked a little bit, just a little bit, not that much, because obviously we already got what we wanted from him. He's our friend now. So that's basically what we wanted. But he did leave his stall again to talk to us. Like, what a nice man. Oh my God. Yeah. So we were just catching up with him a little. And I found out he has the same personality type as her fiance, Braylon. Yeah, so I quickly had her go back to searching the beach for trash, but then I realized she really needed to pee, so I took care of that. She's gone to the bathroom now. As you can see, being pregnant, listen, it's really hard. They're always in need of things, especially bladder problems. But yeah, here Braylon came over again. And then here we went skinny dipping, which was super fun. Like they were so cute skinny dipping together. And I think they had a really good time skinny dipping. And then when they got out of the beach, or when they stopped swimming and they were just kind of like hanging out with each other, I had them do some romantic interactions. But yeah, he did eventually get to see her mermaid form, which I was super proud of. And I think obviously it didn't have an impression on him, but I was happy that he finally got to see her mermaid form, even though they were like skinny dipping, which is kind of weird, but it's funny, So yeah, here I'm just having them do some romantic interactions, just getting their romance up, even though they don't really need it, but they are like soulmates, so they're gonna have kids together, they're gonna live a life together and stuff like that. And there she gave him that passionate kiss, and I don't even know how she was able to carry him like that. He's so much taller than her. But yeah, and here we did a pillow fight. Here we did a pillow fight because I thought it would be fun and it would be cute to see. But then I just had them go right to sleep without wearing clothes, which I thought was funny. But yeah, I quickly had to take care of her needs again. I know being pregnant is just rough. It's just rough. So. And then I realized she peed herself right before she went to use the toilet, which was super annoying. So, yeah. And then I think I just have her take a shower so she can get her hydration up and then go back to sleep. And then further on, we wake up our fiance, Braylon. He gets out of bed. We start the day. Well, he's just naked. He never changed. He never changed into his clothes. Like, he was just naked the whole time, which I thought was really funny. So yeah, so we're just kind of spending the day with him while he's just naked in our house. But yeah, so yeah, I didn't really want to have them woohoo because she's pregnant, and she's about to give birth. So I thought woohooing wasn't the best idea. At least that's my perception of being pregnant. I don't know, it might be different for other people, but here she also needed to pay the bills. So yeah, we're paying the bills, we're selling a bunch of things in our inventory, because obviously we haven't done an odd job in a really long time. And we got $3,500 from that, which was a lot of money, like a crazy amount of money. So that was great. And we finally paid the bills, which weren't too expensive. Yeah, I did have her go for combing the beach for trash, and that took some time, and she was getting moody again, and she peed herself again. It's just so typical for pregnant Sims. But yeah, here I just had her take a shower to get her hydration up. Leah's Best is calling us for $1,000. Like, excuse me, no, I can't give you $1,000. We literally don't have the money for that. We're saving up to care for our 2 children. So here she's in labor. Later on, you'll see she gives birth to twin boys, which I thought was super fun, which I thought was really good. But yeah, here she's just getting ready to give birth. Now we're at the hospital. We check in, and obviously her fiance was there, but he wasn't present for the birth. He just kind of went running off like they always do, so that's typical. I don't hold that against him. But yeah, here was our doctor just having us go through labor. And so here's when she finally gives birth, and the name of the first boy is Federico. We decide on Federico, and then his twin brother's name is I don't know what that said, I can't see, but that's them. They were just born, and we're gonna take them back to the house and care for them and everything, and get Dad to meet them, because obviously he's been at the hospital with us, but he hasn't even met his kids yet, so that's super annoying. But yeah, we get home, I just moved the bassinet to a better area in the house, and I have her care for the babies a bit, breastfeed, the usual. And then I do invite over Braylon, just so that he can meet the kids, but also so that he can move in with us. And he said he got a new job, which I don't think I mentioned this before, but he asked if he should get a job, and I said yes, and so he finally got a new job, which I think was great. And here we're just showing off the babies to him, and it's a really cute animation. But yeah, we're nearly done with the episode, like nearly done. The baby's birthday is tomorrow, which is like super soon, so that's kind of annoying. But that's okay. I'll work on getting them a house eventually, like a regular house, like a family home. But yeah, we had him move in. He came with all his money, which gave us a lot of money to progress on getting a better house. And yeah, that's his job, by the way. He works with a fitness career, like, I forget what that career is called, athlete or something. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, so he's making a steady income. She's kind of not, but anyway, we'll work on that. And that's the end of the episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.